thank you
That's
for
a real
that
shocker in the morning.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Karena aku pernah.
Well, I'm sorry, but you gotta wear your mask.
Electric
Right.
blanket.
Not when you
That's
sing,
selimut.
though, 'cause
Yep.
it affects the voice.
Electric
Anyway, that was
selimut.
Gamalie
Colok
with
gitu,
this
jadi anget
brand new
selimutnya.
single Asteroid as we turn to
Itu
you
dari
back here
Australia.
from the
Aku-
C Morning
pas itu
Show
kalau aku beliin
for
aku
this
seharga
special
1,5
Sunday morning
juta
performance.
nominalin
So,
ke Australia.
congratulations
Dari
on the latest
Australia
release
ke-
on
Thank
your
you.
newest single,
Dollar.
Asteroid.
Ya,
Thank
terus
you.
itu
Tell us a
dikirimin
little
ke
bit
sini.
about this.
Aku mesti bayar 500.000
Okay, so first of all, this is
Untuk
actually my
biaya-biaya
first
cukainya.
ever indie single, independent
okay.
single as an independent artist.
Right?
So this is a new journey for
Enggak,
me. The
kalau
song
misalkan
itself,
nanti ada
Asteroid,
biaya-biaya cukai, tergantung. Kalau misalkan nanti
This is actually a metaphor
dikasih,
which we
notifikasi
tend
dulu.
to see asteroid as something
Dari
that is way much more bigger than ourselves. So I describe asteroid here as something that is like our problems or even like our fears, you know. But you know, rather than just wait there and waiting for our world to be destroyed, I think there's only one way to go, which is moving forward, and we have to face it.
I like the analogy because it's relatable considering the last 2.5 years that we've gone through,
Exactly.
right? Very nice.
That's very deep. Can you tell us through the writing process and the ideation process of the song?
Okay, so yeah, well, actually, I think every artist has their own way of writing, and for me itself, it actually it always comes from the music at first. So when I describe to my music producer that I want to make this certain type of music, have this, you know, strings and everything, and when I listen to it, to the melody that I created, I suddenly imagine that this is like something like a war, like we're in the middle of the war, but like something in space, you know,
Right.
not like a war.
Something otherworldly, right?
Otherworldly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So you talk about overcoming, you speak about battling and overcoming challenges in your lyrics as well. Could you share perhaps what you used as reference to come up with inspiration for this? Because I'm sure you had a lot of internal battles that you had to fight yourself.
Yep.
Could you share some of that with us?
Well, yeah, so last year I just released my mini album, first quarter. And that particular mini album consists of 4 songs, and it's actually talking about my, you know, internal battle, and we have to kind of like make peace with ourselves first before we, you know, actually try to find what is it that we have to conquer in real life. So Asteroid is actually something that is what is it after we make peace with ourselves, and then what's next? And this is like facing the real
Continuation.
battle in life, you know. And for me, maybe my Asteroid right now is actually my independent label, you know. It is something
okay.
that's my Asteroid right now.
So
but
your
I don't,
challenge would be like your musical career and
Yeah.
branching out on your own.
right. I mean, I've been with Sony Music for 11 years
Right.
before. So this is new and scary, and but you know, as scary as it gets, I think I have to just like go for it, you know.
I want to ask you more about that actually, because I'm seeing that because of the digital platforms that are available, not just to us as consumers or connoisseurs, but for artists as well. I think this is the best time to be independent because I believe that everyone kind of wants their own creative control over their own music. You were part of major label for over a decade, which meant a lot of times you have to compromise and do what the label wants.
True.
How has it been for you now being an independent artist? Because there are benefits and perhaps there's pluses and minuses as well.
Exactly.
Because having to do promotions yourself. Tell me a little bit about comparing how you were as part of a major label and how you're experiencing it now as an independent artist.
Yep. Well, actually, I have to say, like, major label is not as bad. No, I mean, I'm
Right.
glad that when I started out my career, I started out back on YouTube. So
okay.
I'm a YouTuber and a creator
Right.
at first. So like when I signed under a major label, I also have like a creative, you know.
You did have some
I
creative
did,
control.
yeah,
Okay.
and my label understand that.
All right, okay.
So like even my last mini album, First Quarter, is released under Sony Music still.
Okay.
And like people were like, really? Well, how come? Because people thought that it's like an indie movie.
Right,
Like,
okay, that's what I
because
thought.
the music itself, it's more like it's genreless. So
Okay, so they're allowed you to have your own creative control, which
Yeah.
is actually nice. It's actually unique for a major label to do that. Right.
Well, as we've heard, the music of Asteroid is different from your previous musics, as It's more intense, it's more rich, it's more deep, I should say. And lyrics-wise, it's more not depressing, but it's more, there's that sense of emotion.
Yep.
While previously you made happy songs and like
Yeah.
popular songs. So what made what catalyzed the switch?
It's interesting because my first single, Forevermore, was released in my first solo single in 2020, and after that, like a month after, it's all pandemic and stuff. So I've been in the lockdown. I've been contemplating a lot, not planning to, but but yeah. And then the output was my mini album First Quarter, which people said that is very personal, which it is. So and when I made the music in my mini album, I'm glad because I didn't imagine like, oh, I want the vibe to be like a certain artist or like a certain singer or performer. It's just like it's what I like. I combine everything. And when the Forevermore was released, I asked my music producer like, oh, what is it? What was it? What kind of music is this? And then it's like, I don't know. It's Gamal's music. I'm glad that I could be able to find and make this like different universe of music.
Yeah, so going out on your own is nothing new because a couple of years ago, prior to that mini album, you had actually been part of a trio, GAC. So branching out on your own was initially, that was the first step, right? And going out on your own as a solo artist.
Yep.
What was that transition like for you?
Ooh, it's different, that's for sure. But for me, both have their own challenges, I guess, we've been doing GAC. We've been in a group for 9-10 years. And then, I think we're so used to, performing with the three of us and, songwriting and in the studio.
Right.
So I think we kind of like get the grip of it, kind of a little bit. But then when you went solo, I have like more freedom to do whatever that I want. I don't have to ask like whether Audrey like it or Chantika likes it. But we have to perform on stage alone. I guess that's new for me. So I have to I am still learning.
Which is more comfortable for you?
I'm not really comfortable in public speaking, so in
Okay.
terms of
It was nice to have a couple more people on stage with you.
yeah,
You're used to
I
that.
have like backups. Come on, help me out.
Moral support.
More support.
You know what, especially as an artist, if you're alone, like normally you would use each other to banter between songs, right? Between songs, you go like, hey, we can talk.
Yeah,
But now you're
exactly.
all alone, you have to talk to the audience
Yeah.
all by yourself. Another thing that you're doing uniquely is from your latest release, you've actually, I believe, released an analog cassette in limited copies. Is that actually something you did? And why
Yes.
did you choose to do that? Because not many people are familiar. You have been a musician for, tens of years. You remember when there would be music stores here in Indonesia that would
Right,
sell
right.
cassettes. I have a friend that actually collects cassettes of his
Right,
favorite genres and artists that he still keeps to this day.
Yep.
And I'm sure that you have some in your collection. But why did you choose to do that now in a digital age where a lot of your fans probably don't even know what a cassette is?
Right. It's for it's a collectible stuff. Like, I mean, even like people who bought it, I don't think they even
player?
have the player. Yeah, exactly. So it's very collectible and something to keep because me as a music fan myself, I like to have like a physical one that I could touch. I could like cassette. Remember like that era where we could like, oh, who wrote it or read the lyrics, and I guess that's like a. It's
nostalgic,
very
isn't it?
personal for me, myself. So it's the nice style, and I think it's fun. It's fun. I
Did
guess
you you only made very limited copies, right?
Yeah.
How many did you end up making of those?
just like hundreds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay,
hundreds
cool.
of copies.
We were just talking about this in regards to vinyl.
In regards to
they-
vinyl,
They
yeah.
don't make vinyl anymore, and people who collect
True.
vinyls may not even have the.
That's like my dream, like my goal.
Really? Because
You're gonna produce your own vinyl?
Hopefully,
Hopefully, because
it's expensive.
It is. Actually, Barry Likomahua,
Yeah.
the bassist,
Yep.
in his latest album release, he actually literally made 300 copies, and that was all it was. He made 3 copies of a vinyl, and he said the reason he wanted to do it was because not only did he want to press the vinyl for the music, but he wanted people to have the experience of opening the
Right.
album, because he made it kind of a folding album cover. And
Right.
you could open it, and he wanted to help design the artwork and
Right.
the writing that you put inside. And I think that's the only thing missing about digital music. And digital music is great. You can get it anytime, you can download it, you can listen to it any time of the day, but you don't have that experience of unwrapping it and
True.
opening it and seeing all the thank yous
Yep.
or the lyrics and things like that. So I think it's nice that you're paying homage to the style of original analog music.
Yes.
You should hook me up. So yeah, Gamaliel, this is the new single Asteroid. So what's next for you? Are you going to produce another album containing the music you're going to produce, or are you just going to produce another single at the end of the year?
I just got to say amen to that. I think we're just going to follow the river.
Yeah. See how it flows?
Yeah, see how it flows. And because it's, I'm still learning, and this is like my first ever. I mean, my dream would be, have like a system that is, like a better system, for and create a better ecosystem for the industry. So I guess my ultimate goal will be have like a nice label where everyone could actually, make great music and have dreams. Maybe that some dreams that I wouldn't be able to reach. I hope that the next generation would actually have a better experience, better opportunity
say, right?
for them. Yeah.
I think that's we're well on our way, especially the Indonesian music industry. There's so many platforms anymore. I remember the days when people used to be fighting over each other just to get a demo into a major label, and
Yeah.
maybe nobody might even listen to that particular demo. Where nowadays, if you have an idea, if you're creative, and you can just make music, you can put it out there, and hopefully somebody will listen to it, and you can start more organically, I think,
True.
right? As opposed to having it being promoted everywhere. And speaking of promotions, now that we are coming out of this pandemic, I think it's a perfect time for you to be releasing music. How are you planning to promote this? Are you actually setting up performances, any tours, anything like that?
Hopefully, slowly. But yeah, I've been promoting. I'm coming here. Thank you for having me. Yeah. I don't think I have like a detailed plan.
Right.
Yeah. So it's more like
Have you been performing like more, obviously outside of here, for a more live audience as well?
Not quite yet.
Okay.
But I'm trying to. So
We are
please.
just only coming out of this pandemic. So,
Yeah,
right, it's
exactly,
only just
exactly.
starting now.
Yeah.
All right. So looking forward to actually seeing more of your performances and
Thank you.
more music from you as well, because it's great. It's great to see young and talented artists like yourself on the come up right now. And please do stay on course, because we know we've been thrown off course, like I said, because of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Exactly.
And now that we're coming out of it, we hope that you stay strong, you and other artists like
I know. I mean, I don't want to say that I hope that we get back on track. I mean, I see this pandemic as a restarting point. So I hope, I have big hopes that we could be able to to create a better track for everyone to get back to.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got one last question. Apart from your solo career, can we expect to see a comeback of GAC or down the line? Or
Yeah,
is that...
sure.
Really?
Definitely, yeah.
Ah,
because we're on a break. We're not,
Right, hiatus.
Yeah,
call it, right?
hiatus. It is.
So are they very supportive of your projects then, on your own, your solo project?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been supporting each other a lot. Chantika just held her first what's it
Correct.
called? Showcase.
Yes.
Ever.
Correct.
So like and everyone's been releasing their own music. Audrey's releasing her EP, also Chantika. So it's been fun. It's been a fun break.
Yeah.
It's been a productive one.
Right. Yeah, definitely so.